Shalom. This is Brother Elad, giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutation to the Akim, pushing his truth, sincerity, and charity, risking our lives and freedom to do so, right? The title of this is going to be his story, right? And it's going to be a simple video. I got 5 precepts to really just go into a post. Right here you see below the post says, Israel is the only country in the world with a 3,000 years history that began in 1948. Right? So it's just a spirit that's on people all over the world, and that's realizing that these Amalekites, which are the small hats, the little hats, the settlers, the 1948ers, the J-wishes, whatever they be called, because they pretend to be the children of Israel and are not. This is Revelation 2:9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but they are the synagogue of Satan. So but are the synagogue of Satan. So this is in the red letters, meaning that Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, said this unto his disciples, right? Specifically this to his disciples, right? That I know what you're going through. I know, but you're spiritually rich, right? Exhorting them to continue to fight the good fight of faith, right? What's the next precept I had down? Revelation 3:9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them come and worship before thy feet, and know that I have loved thee. Right? Another message to the true followers of the Lord, right? And it's in the red letters, showing that the Lord said it, right? Ezekiel 36:2, it says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because the enemy had said, aha, even the ancient high places are in our possession, right? Because they took they defiled the temples, right? They took the Holy Land, right? They have a lot of the ancient possessions and the things that belong to Israel. So they proclaim to be Israel, even the heritage thereof. They proclaim that, as the scriptures say, they oppress a man in his house, even in his heritage. This is talking about Esau, Edom, and the ones that are doing that in the land today are specifically from the tribe of Amalek, the 1948ers, the settlers, right? And verse 5 of this 36th chapter of Ezekiel says, therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea. Idumea means Edom, right? Which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of all their heart, with despiteful minds to cast it out for a prey. So this says that they would take the land, right? Get the Edom in the Strong's definition, right? Idumea, right? It says red, it says Edom, right? Descendants of Esau. And Amalek is a descendant of Esau, right? You got the nation of Edom, and then there's tribes of Edom. Teman, then Edom Minor, right? And you got other tribes. Those from Eliphaz, but Amalek is the head tribe. It says the chief of the nations, the scripture says, right? Because all the goods go to them, right? Another precept, Zechariah 9:6, a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, and I will cut off the pride of the Philistines. So it says that a bastard, which is a false child, a fraudulent person, would dwell in the land of Israel, basically. Ashdod is in Israel. So hold on. A people stealing heritage, right? A false claimer in the land of Israel, and this Edomite's going to be there, right? This is pointing to those small hats, right? The J-wish community, right? This may be the last scripture, Luke 21:24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations, And that's exactly what happened to the real Israelites, right? And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled, right? And the Gentiles are all the other nations, right? Now, disclaimer: there are some of our people scattered among the nations that look like the other nations and are not, because their bloodline goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? There are some of our people who have been called by the names of the Gentiles and identify as Gentiles, but because their bloodline through their father goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, they are not carnally, physically Gentiles, but spiritually heathen, yes, until they come back to the law, statutes, commandments, and you know, apply themselves and following the Lord. You know, then they spiritually Israel, right? What Paul says, he is not an Israelite outwardly but inwardly, right? Just a quick disclaimer on that, right? And trying not to segue and get too far off the subject, but it says to the times the Gentiles be fulfilled. Basically, when the heathen have said rulership from what, Egypt to what, Babylon to Persia to Greece to Rome, they've been in rulership. That's their time. So when their time is up, that means that the kingdom, right, the throne of David, the kingdom of the Israelites is up next, basically, when it ends. And how is it going to end? When Shiloh come, when the Lord come back, right? And so all of these scriptures I just gave you shows you that there's going to be a people in the land of Israel pretending to be Israelites, and it's going to be of Edom, right? Amalek is the chief of the nation, so it has to be him, because he owns everything. Well, not everything literally, but most of stuff, you know. He's basically he's the richest of the nations, basically. And when the Lord comes back, it's going to be Gentiles in that land, showing you that the Lord is going to come back to a world ruled by Esau, Edom. Okay? So Lord willing, this was edifying. Hopefully I hit every note, nipped everything in the bud. Try not to leave nothing, no cliffhanger, nothing. You know, forgive me for segueing a little bit to get on that Gentile part, because you got those so-called Christians that will try to expand and say that false doctrines, basically. And I just wanted to, you know, clarify certain things. But with that being said, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Shalom.